So, Enslow, I love how you drew out Ken's mantra, molecule to market. So, let's take that and talk about artificial intelligence, how that's changing how agencies and marketers collaborate. How is artificial intelligence helping them and change how they work together from molecule to market?
Well, I think you'll get a theme from me about what I think about AI. I think the conversation around AI has been cheapened a bit. It's been really focused on efficiencies and cutting out certain capabilities or human connection points. And I don't see it as that. I see the real value of AI being really a enabler of creativity and insight and really strategic capabilities. And so our focus has been less about delivering clients a kind of baseline approach of, hey, we can reduce your cost by 20, 30% and ultimately cheapen the experience that you're delivering with our clients to your stakeholders, to really being focused again on using AI to allow us to be more precise with our ability to predict market, identify the right targets, and ultimately the right solutions that we need to put into market so that we can actually make better use of our clients' marketing dollars. It's not just about saving money, it's about better value for every dollar spent. And so that's where I see our AI capabilities moving way far upstream to help us kind of again identify the market opportunity early, be able to target that with precision and move at the speed of life.
Yeah, we hear our clients, well, forever talking about personalized communications and the kind of inability to have the scale, both from the content production perspective, but also from the targeting, like the actual data analysis, to the precision targeting piece that Ken was referencing, to actually do it in a way that would be meaningful. And so when we were talking to some brand managers recently, they felt like now is the time. We can actually pull it off. We can actually do the thing that we've been talking about. We can be maximum level of helpful and there for our end customers when they need us with the right piece of content that they're looking for in that moment. That's what AI is allowing us to do. Ken's right. Has been cheapened. It can, theoretically make content development more efficient and less costly. However, that's not where the real value is. The real value is in the strategic insights that then you can deploy at scale in a way that is all happening in real time.
I think there's a danger in not pushing AI to where the real impact can be. If I think about it from a marketing perspective, and we talk about this often, if we commoditize the marketing capability and the creativity that goes into building meaningful connections with our client stakeholders, what are we delivering? What's differentiating? Right? If everybody is using the same general AI tools, where is that differentiating experience? If we believe that anybody can, with an AI app or algorithm, can create great advertising or great narratives, then I believe that you're going to be in a world that would look very vanilla. And I just don't think that that's the world that really we aspire to create. And especially in the healthcare space, we've been struggling forever to be meaningful, to try to maintain that relevance and being meaningful to our patients and HCPs. We need to use an AI to help drive towards that continual relevance.
Is that changing the talent pool and/or skill set that you're looking for? Because your view on artificial intelligence is perhaps, different from what you say as the perspective of it being cheapened. How is that changing?
I think the relationship between marketers and agencies is going to change dramatically. The way I see it is I think that it's going to be more partnership again. I think this is why we want our relationship to be measured on shared outcomes. I think you're going to need very skilled again, a team, diverse team of very skilled people who can use AI and have the knowledge of the brand, the customer, and the organization to be able to enhance AI to help us get to market quicker and actually respond in market quicker, but doing it in a way that drives that kind of insightful connection. I think what you'll probably see is a thinning out of some of the roles where you're not as skilled, where the skilled labor is not needed. That's where you're going to see the efficiencies that AI can drive on a scale from a scale basis.
We're aggressively retraining teams as well. So if you think about the role of a strategist, there are multiple roles for a strategist. It could be commercial strategy, it could be brand strategy, it could be your experience strategy. But all three of those things are now leveraging a database, so to speak. So think about being able to ask questions about your market. Think about really having the tools to say, okay, these are the criteria that are going to drive my market. What if I do this? What if I do that? How would it change my outcomes? So we're retraining people to think like the core of what a strategist is, like investigating the options, but with this data set that can allow us to kind of, in a way, predict the future. Even researchers, it's evolving so quickly, or has already evolved in many cases, right? From like an ethnographic approach or like a drawn out segmentation study that takes months to get results. Instead, you can now take the basis. You already have the data. You've already done this work. You can create a pool, and then you can add in synthetic data, and you can create synthetic personas. And then I can just talk to a synthetic persona who is an HCP or who is a patient and ask them questions, run new strategic or creative ideas by them. And so we are retraining our staff to be able to do that, working at pace in a way that we have never been able to do before.
Yeah, the biggest obstacle right now is just trust in new methods, to adapt these new methods as opposed to the ones that we've become so comfortable
Right.
And confident in.
Right.
But the reality is, again, is behavior, as we talked about in the beginning, the pace of change in consumer and in stakeholder behavior is changing so rapidly. It's baffling to think that the old way was actually ever driving any relevancy.
Right.
Because once you learned it, it was already a fleeting moment.